All right, we are back from Mr. Jeffrey's Algebra 2. We're going to go over finally our first chapter test, and it looks pretty rough. We're going to go ahead and make sure my name's on here because this is my work. All right, so remember, each one of these things right here, each blank is worth 4 points. Okay, so hang on just a second. There we go. A little bit too bright. All right, so you get a chance to get some of this pretty easy. Now, there's only 3 types. There is linear, there's quadratic, and there's absolute value. All right. The linear and the absolute value are the easiest two to identify because of how they look. Remember, on a quadratic, you are looking for this little 2 that's an exponent. Okay. All right. So linear, let's look at it like this. It might make more better sense to some people. And remember, English is important, but math is importanter. Hang on one second. Mr. Jeffries. All right, thanks. Bye. Bye, Harrison. Thanks for coming. All right. So A's go here. And this will be on Schoology later for you. I know everybody checks that out. H. All right. So in this one, we have an A. All right, it's 5. This means we have a stretch of 5. We have a K of 2. So this means up 2. Yep, that's it. Believe it or not, with those 2 things, that's 8 points right there. 8 total points. Yeah. Yep. All right. This also has an A. It's 4. So this is a stretch of 4. And this has a K. It doesn't have an H because H would normally be in there with the X. There's not a number. So we just have a K. This is down 6. Okay. And then on number 3, we have a H. Now, it's written as a negative. Our actual H value for this is 3. Remember, it's the opposite of this. So if the value is 3, this is to the right, 3. All right, we have a K of 5, then up 5. Okay, so not too awful bad. Could be worse. Okay. Now, there's 24 possible points right there. That's a good thing. All right. And please don't be the first class that does this where people just totally blow the A part. Okay. Where you just like, okay. And remember, you get an in-class test and an at-home test. Okay. So and I'll try to grade the in-class tests as quick as y'all start turning them in. That way y'all can see which sections that y'all have to do. Okay. Sometimes I have some students that they know, I know, hey, 8 a.m. in the morning, they are not going to be good at a test. And they'll try to write something down. And I know good and well that they'll some of them says, yeah, my parents make me sit at the kitchen table and they watch me like a hawk during my at-home test. They said, I don't get to use any notes. They just do better. Okay. So, all right. So that's part 1. All right. Part 2, these are 2 point each. All right. Which of the following, A, H, or K, is the most confusing to understand? The H. because it's the one that's the opposite. All right. A vertical stretch is the same thing as a, yep, horizontal shrink or compress. Yeah. A lot of these words are going to mean the same thing. That's, the English language is so difficult because we've got six, like, you can't say that we have two different twos. We actually have three different twos. They all mean the same thing. They all mean something different, but they sound the same. If you put horizontal compress, I'm going to count it right. I know what that means. Okay. A reflection at the x axis, okay, that means it flips, changes the A and the K values. All right. So this is just a little bit of, it's 6 easy points, but hey, this is some of the concept stuff. Okay. Concept. All right. So these right here, we're going to do each one of these. This is translated up 3 units. So we just add 3 to the K value. This now becomes 2x minus 4. All right. Here's our original, voice crack. Here's our original thing. We're going to vertical stretch of 2. We're actually going to multiply it by 2 to give me 6x squared. All right. Number 9, it's reflected at the x-axis. Well, we just had a question on that. That means we're going to multiply everything by 1/2. So, or I'm not 1/2, -1. So this is -3, absolute value of x plus 5. And then instead of -2, this becomes +2. All right, reflection about the y-axis. This changes this sign right here and that sign only. So this should be, everything else is the same except it was a minus. Now this is a plus. Okay. Which is a lot easier than probably the first time we looked at it because, you know, I was quarantined and blah, blah, blah. So, all right. Are we good with these 4? Making a lot more better sense? How many y'all worried about math over the weekend? Y'all worried about this class over the weekend? Oh, man. Bless your hearts. Hopefully you didn't lose sleep over it. Maybe it was like a passing moment of, oh, we have a practice test or we have a test coming up. Maybe it's not one of those like, okay, yeah, test is tomorrow. Yes. If it was a horizontal stretch, that would be a vertical compress. So we'd multiply it by the flipped version. So instead of multiplying it by 2, we would have multiplied it by 1/2. It's the flip thing. And you can ask questions during the test tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Good deal. All right. This one, we are translating 5 units down. So we just subtract 5 from here. So this now becomes x minus 6 squared minus 4. Reflected at x-axis, that means we multiply everything by -1. So now -2x plus 7. Now, this has a horizontal stretch, which is the same thing as a vertical shrink or compress. Okay, so instead of multiplying it by 5, we actually multiply it by 1/5. Okay. And that's the one, remember, horizontal stretch is the same thing as a vertical shrink or compress. And a vertical shrink or compress is when it's a fraction. Okay. Now, this is a horizontal shrink. This is the same thing as a vertical stretch. Okay. So vertical horizontal shrink of 2, we're actually going to stretch this by 2. Okay. So now I think even if you looked at the pre-practice test of what we had on Friday, um, for those that had your green handouts out, that usually the last 2 of that section is the ones that have the vertical stretch or compress. Okay. So, and we'll have some handy helpers up on the board to help you remember, and it's going to be better than what y'all think. Okay. All right. Are we good here for the time being? All right. Remember, this is being recorded also, so you can go back and look at it if you need to. All right. So, this is what we're going to do. I didn't tell you this on these directions. I forgot to change them. We're going to use 0 and 18 and 60 and 12 as our 2 points. Now, if you didn't do that, because I had looked at my notes, did this last semester. They're like, can we get some more clear directions? Yes, it will tell you which 2 points to use. All right. So to find our M, biscuits. Minus 60, 18 minus 12. It's negative 60 over 6. So we get negative 10. All right. We're going to let this be my X1. This is my Y1. And we just plug in. Oh, no, I did that backwards, didn't I? Man, y'all didn't catch it. My dyslexia kicked in. This is supposed to be, the X's are supposed to be on the bottom. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it'd be 1/10. Negative 1/10. All right. Well, at least we caught it. Yeah, it's supposed to be y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. And it threw me off because the x's were on top and the y's were on the bottom. This is why the students last semester says we need better directions for this, Jeffries. And I said, okay, and I fixed it. I just forgot to do it for y'all. Oh well. All right. So if we distribute, this becomes 0. We end up with y equals negative 1/10 x plus 18. Okay. And it says this is when x is 90. So we're going to say y equals negative 1/10 plus 18. We're going to plug in 90. So this is -9 plus 18. So we get 9 right here. All right. Again, on the directions, I'll give you the points and stuff. I'll have both both slope formulas on the board for you, the point slope form and things of that nature. Okay. You remembering the formulas is not not part of it. How you use it is the other thing. Okay. That's the main part. All right. So are we good with this one? Yes. I'm going to specify in the directions. The, I looked at it real quick, just like within 10 seconds of me telling y'all to do it. And I was like, oh, that's going to give me a really easy number to deal with. I don't know if you look at the directions from the green sheet from Friday, but it tells you use this and this to find your slope. I will specify what to look at. Yeah, good question. All right. Now, this actually, this is where it says need clear directions. All right. So we're actually given 2 points here. All right. We have 2:30 and 5:45. So we would say 30 minus 45 over 2 minus 5, -15 over -3, and we get 5 for our M. All right. What this should actually be right a digital whiteout. This should be right a function. All right. Well, if we let x1 equals 2, y1 equals 30, y minus y1, x minus x1. Okay, 5 goes here. 30 goes here. Ooh, can't see that. And 2 goes here. So we distribute, solve for y, 5x minus 10. So y equals 5x plus 20. Okay. Estimate your cost after 8 hours. Well, we take 8, plug it in for x. So this is 40 plus 20. So this is $60. Okay. So you'll have it will be a lot more clear on the actual test. Both versions in class and at home. And even if you do, you feel good about it, but let's say you have a question, go ahead and ask the question during the test. Okay. All right. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell. You know, be amazing if I actually get enough people to start making money off this. That would be hilarious. All right. Good stuff. Good things. Roll Tide.